Welcome to Major League Baseball. Hi, everybody. Jack Brickhouse from Los Angeles. The St. Louis Cardinals against the Los Angeles Dodgers. For St. Louis, veteran right-hander Larry Jackson's gotten the call. He'll oppose Roger Craig, who was recalled from the minors by the Dodgers in June and who's been doing a marvelous job. Don Blasingame leading off for St. Louis. Don Blasingame, the second baseman. He'll be followed by Cunningham, the right fielder, then the left fielder, Bill White. And there is ball one. The ball game is underway. Los Angeles Coliseum, a place that holds a lot of people. It'll hold over 90,000 people. Ground ball picked up by Gilliam. Very nice stop by Gilliam. The throw to Locker's in time, and that is one away. That'll bring up Cunningham. Joe Cunningham, the right fielder, a fellow who can drive that ball a mile. Dodgers have Moon in left, Snyder in center, Fairley in right, Gilliam, Zimmer, Neal, and Larker, the infield from third to first, a battery of Craig and Roseboro. And there is ball one to Cunningham. Joe Cunningham, a six-footer, a compact 190 pounds, from Saddle River, New Jersey. There's ball two. Ball two, no strikes, one away. Plate umpire is Dusty Bacchus, with Sudol at first and Landis at third. Ball three, checked his swinging time. 3-0. Ball four. Cunningham is on. That'll bring up White. Bill White, who's in left field tonight for St. Louis. He can play any outfield post, and he also plays a very capable game at first base. Came to the Cardinals in the deal which sent Sam Jones to the San Francisco Giants. There's a fly ball out to left center field, and Duke Snyder calls for this, pulls it in for out, number two. Man on base is Cunningham. That brings up Boyer, third baseman. Kenny Boyer. Real powerful fellow. 6'2", 195. Ball one. There's a ground ball out to the shortstop, Zimmer. The throw to Neal in plenty of time forces Cunningham, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, no score. Now we're in the Los Angeles first. And that's Jackson warming up. Leading off will be third baseman Gilliam, switch hitter. He'll be followed by second baseman Neal, and then the left fielder for the Dodgers tonight, Wally Moon. Jim Gilliam, one of the most capable leadoff men in baseball. A fellow who can lay down that bunt or give that ball a ride. Well, watch those close ones. Draw that base on balls. He'll get on base a lot of times during the year. There's a ground ball bouncing out to Gramus. Up with it. Throw to first to Musial, and Gilliam is out. One away. That'll bring up Neal. For the Cardinals, White is in left, Samoli is in center, and Cunningham is in right field. Boyer at third, Gramus at shortstop, Blasingame at second, Musial at first, a battery of Jackson and Smith. And here's Charlie Neal, second baseman. Charlie comes originally from Longview, Texas, makes his home in Compton, California now. Ball one. Ball two. Neal only weighs between 155 and 160. He'll start the season maybe at 159 or 60, and before it's over, he'll be down to 155. But he takes about as hard a cut at a baseball as anybody you ever saw. 3-0 the count. Ball four. Puts a man on. One out, one on, and that brings up Wally Moon, the left fielder. Moon used to be with the Cardinals. He was traded to Los Angeles in the deal which sent Somoli to St. Louis. Wally Moon. Jackson sets. Throw to first. Runner back in time. And a dive back in there. He really fired that one to first, too. There's a ground ball into right field. That's a base hit. And Neal is going to try for third. Here's that throw from Cunningham, and he is safe at third. Pee Wee Reese walking over to talk to Charlie Neal. There are runners on first and third now. Kind of wonder if maybe Reese wasn't checking over the signs and the signals and the instructions with Charlie there. Anyway, that's Duke Snyder now. Runners on first and third. That's a ball. Ball one. Here's the Duke, playing center field tonight for the Dodgers. There's a smash. Bounces off Musial's glove. A run's going to score. And Moon races around to third on this one. It's a base hit for Snyder. He singles off Musial's glove. And the Dodgers go out in front 1-0. Men on first and third. And that brings up Larker. Duke Snyder has just batted in a run. Now here is Larker. Norm Larker, the first baseman. There's the ground ball out to Blassingame. Over to Musial. And Moon scored on this one. There was no chance for a play at the plate. Wally Moon came in easily. Snyder going to second. And now the score is 2-0 in favor of the Dodgers here in the first inning. 2 out. And Fairley is up. Ron Fairley playing in right field. That's Marshall Bridges working in the St. Louis bullpen. Snyder on second, 2 out. Strike one. Ron Fairley, 5'10", 175. A young fellow with a lot of promise. Foul ball. Strike two. Oh, and 2. Strike 3. Went for the curveball. That retires the side. And so at the end of 1 inning, the score is Los Angeles 2, St. Louis nothing. Now the ball game is moving into the St. Louis second here at Los Angeles. Gino Somoli will lead off, followed by Musial and Gramis. Somoli in center field tonight for the Cardinals. Gino's from San Francisco. Stands 6'2", weighs 190. Outside, ball one. There's a ground ball rolling out to the shortstop, Zimmer. Here's the throw. Low, but Walker got it all right, and that's one away. And that brings up Musial. Stan the man. All-time, all-timer in National League competition, and particularly in the hearts of those St. Louis fans. Ground ball picked up by Locker. A flip to the pitcher covering, and Musial is out. 2 down. That'll bring up Gramis. Alex Gramis, the shortstop, is at bat. There goes a fly ball out to left. Moon's there. He takes it. And it's 3 up and 3 down. Score, Los Angeles 2, St. Louis nothing. Now we move into the Los Angeles second. It's Johnny Roseboro, the catcher, in the batter's box. He'll be followed by Zimmer, then Craig, the pitcher. Los Angeles ahead, 2-0. There's a bunt. Picked up by the third baseman, Boyer. The throw is in time, and Roseboro is out. Boyer to Musial on that one. And that brings up the shortstop, Don Zimmer. And that is ball one to Don. One away here in the Los Angeles second. Nobody on. And the Dodgers at bat. 1-1. The Los Angeles Dodgers, who since moving to the coast from Brooklyn have certainly provided the West Coast fans with a lot of exciting, thrilling, colorful baseball. Foul ball. 1-2. Strike 3 called. Oh, look at Zimmer holler. Whoa! Look at him give it to Boggess here. Easy, boy. Easy. Easy. You only take so much. You're out of the ball game. You're out of the ball game. Go get a shower. Don't use up all the hot water. Go get yourself a towel and a bar of soap, Mr. Zimmer. You have had it. Good night. That's Wally Alston. And Pee Wee Reese, number 1, joins the conclave. Don Zimmer has just been given the rest of the evening off. A called third strike. And not only was it what he said, but it was the way he said it that offended Mr. Boggess's delicate sensitivities. 2 out now, and Craig the pitcher is up. Night, Don. Roger Craig, the pitcher, is up. The score is 2-0 in favor of Los Angeles. Ball game in the second inning. Dodgers at bat. Here's Craig. Big fella, 6'4", comes from Durham, North Carolina. Strike 1. Strike 2. 0-2. Strike 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and so the score at the end of 2 is Los Angeles 2, the Cardinals nothing. Maury Wills replaced Zimmer at shortstop for Los Angeles in the third. An inning which saw the Cardinals fail to solve Craig except for a 2-out single by Don Blassingame. Now, the Dodgers also went scoreless in the third as Jackson retired Gilliam, Neal, and Moon in that order. Bill White opened the St. Louis fourth by drawing life on Roger Craig's throwing error, but Craig then checked Boyer, Samoli, and Musial. In the Dodger fourth, Ron Fairley doubled off the screen, but there were 2 out at the time, and Roseboro was walked intentionally, but Wills grounded out to snuff out that threat. It's the St. Louis fifth, and Alex Grammas is going to lead off. He'll be followed by catcher Smith, then the pitcher Jackson, still 2-0 in favor of Los Angeles. There goes a fly ball, and Ron Fairley moves over and makes the grab on this one in right center field. Grammas is out. And that brings up the catcher, Hal Smith. 1 away. That's a ball, says Bacchus. Ball 1. There goes a drive, headed for the screen in left field. It's high off the screen, drops down where the left fielder grabs it, fires it back, and it goes for a single for catcher Hal Smith of St. Louis. And that brings up the pitcher, Jackson. With 1 away, he still may bunt here. There goes the bunt. There's the throw. Bad throw. The ball's going all the way out to center field. Smith goes to third. And he's safe. Charge Roseboro with an error on that one. Right over Will's head. There was nothing anybody could do about that one once it left Johnny's hands. Smith on third, and score it as a fielder's choice and an error. And that brings up Blassingame. Smith on third, Jackson on first. And there goes a drive into center field. That brings a run in. Smith scores, and Jackson stops at second. And the score of this ball game is now the Dodgers 2, the St. Louis Cardinals 1. And that brings up Joe Cunningham, the Cardinals right fielder. Blassingame on first, Jackson on second, Cunningham up. There goes a foul ball down the first base side. That's Labine working in the Dodger bullpen. Craig in a jam. There's a high foul ball. Larker and Neal both going for it, and it is Larker who takes it. Charlie Neal fell down at the last second there, getting out of the way. Cunningham is out. That brings up White, Bill White, with runners on first and second. 2 out. There's a throw to second, and it was close. Jackson was nearly picked off. That pickoff play is done on the count at 1 at second base. On the count of 3, pitcher will whirl and fire, and the shortstop had better be there. Ground ball, bouncing out to shortstop Zimmer. Here's that throw in time. And that retires the side. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error. Los Angeles 2, St. Louis 1. It's the Los Angeles fifth now. Roger Craig in the batter's box. Craig will be followed by Gilliam, then Neal, top of the batting order. It's Major League Baseball. Tonight, being brought to you from Los Angeles, out here at Los Angeles Coliseum. And there's strike one call. No off-season in baseball this year. Every week at this time on this channel, watch Major League Baseball, the greatest baseball in all the world. The most famous names in all of baseball are yours on this show. Strike two the count. Jackson, the pitcher. Strike three called, knee high to the outside corner. Craig is out, and that brings up Gilliam. That's a little inside, ball one. Well, one of the reasons Gilliam is a great leadoff man is his ability to get on base. And Charlie Neal has moved him around quite a bit this year. There's a high pop-up, and the second baseman Blasingame wants this one. Takes it. Gilliam is out. Two down. That brings up Neal. There's a well-hit ball. It's got room. Way out to right center field, and it's being shanked down by Cunningham. Here's the throw. Neal round second. He's headed for third. He is in there standing up. It's a triple to the right field corner for Neal. A three-base hit to right for Charlie Neal. And with two out, that brings up Wally Moon. Wally Moon, among other things, has a master's degree in education from Texas A&M. There's a ground ball rolling out to Blasingame. Downs up with it. The throw is in time, and that retires the side. No runs, one hit, no errors, and the score. Los Angeles 2, St. Louis 1. Los Angeles maintained its 2-1 margin in the sixth inning. Craig got Boyer, Simoli, and Musial 1, 2, 3 at the top of the inning. The Dodgers also failed to come up with a base runner as Snyder, Larker, and Ron Fairley left quietly. Seventh inning now, and we have a pinch hitter, Wally Shannon, pinch hitting for shortstop Gramis. He'll be followed by Smith, and then possibly a pinch hitter for the pitcher Jackson. 2-1 ball game. Dodgers out in front as a result of 2 runs they put across in the very first inning. There goes a drive into left center field. Falls in there for a base hit for Shannon. Wally Shannon pinch hitting. He is on base now, representing a mighty big run in this ball game if the Cardinals can move him around. And here's catcher Hal Smith. Well, will he bunt him, or will he swing away? That's ball one. Didn't look like he wanted to bunt on that one. There's a ground ball out to the second baseman, over to Zimmer out. Here's that relay. Double play. 2 out now. And that brings up a pinch hitter, Oliver, batting for Jackson. There you see McDaniel warming up for the St. Louis Cardinals. And Gene Oliver is pinch hitting for Jackson. There's a well-hit ball. That may be out of here. It's way back. It is high on the screen. Bounces back onto the field, and Oliver is on second base. It's a pitch double for Gene Oliver. That just missed being a home run by inches on that left field screen. And that brings up Blassingame. Don Blassingame, the leadoff man, second baseman. And that's Levine warming up for the Dodgers. The ball game is in the 7th inning, and the Cardinals have the tying run in scoring position. 2 out, Blassingame up. Ground ball, back of first, picked up by Locker. A flip to the pitcher covering, and that retires the side. Runs, 2 hits, no errors. Score, Los Angeles 2, St. Louis 1. Now the ball game moves into the Los Angeles 7th. Shannon is now playing shortstop, and Lindy McDaniel is the new pitcher for St. Louis. Roseboro at bat. And there's a high foul up the left. Strike 1. Ground ball. Bouncing out to the second baseman. Here's that throw. In time. And Roseboro is out. Blassingame to Musial. That'll bring up the shortstop, Wills. Maury Wills. Wills replaced Zimmer at shortstop for Los Angeles in the 3rd inning. There's a fly ball out to left field. White is there, takes it. 2 out. Roger Craig will bat. At this point, protecting a 2-1 lead. Strike 1. Pitchers going there in the Dodger bullpen. There's a high foul ball. That's out of play. Strike 2. A honey of a ball game. It often is when the Cardinals and the Dodgers get together. Strike 3. That retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Score, Los Angeles 2, St. Louis 1. It's the St. Louis 8th. Cunningham at bat. He'll be followed by White, then Boyer. Joe Cunningham, who's been swinging from the heels all year and connecting a lot. That's hit. That's way back there. Way, way back. Could be. It is gone. It's a home run over the right field fence. A real rarity here in the Coliseum. Cunningham has just belted one over the right field fence, and this ball game is all tied up at 2-2. Joe Cunningham has just hit a home run. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Bill White. Ron Fairley is quarreling with the umpire there, F. Sudol, that ball was foul, but of course getting nowhere with it. Sudol raced down the line and indicated the ball was a home run as soon as it went over that fence. You saw that right hand flash up. There was no doubt about it in Sudol's mind. That brings up White. Ground ball. Neal up with it. Throw to Locker. In time. And that brings up Boyer, third baseman. The game is all tied up. It's 2-2. The Dodgers and the Cardinals here at Los Angeles. Ken Boyer up. Ground ball to Gilliam. Jim has it. Couple of steps, then the throw. In time. 2 down. That'll bring up Gino Simoli. Well, this will happen very often in baseball. Simoli was not doing too well with the Dodgers, and Moon was having so-so go of it with St. Louis. So the Cardinals and the Dodgers made a trade. Simoli to St. Louis and Moon to the Dodgers, and both of them have been starring all year. There's a high pop-up in short right. Charlie Neal calls the ball. He takes it. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and the score, Los Angeles 2, the St. Louis Cardinals 2. Now it's the Los Angeles 8, and Gilliam is up. He'll be followed by Neal, then Moon. Gilliam, by the way, has not been on base tonight, and he has been on base in 38 consecutive games until tonight. Strike. Strike 1 call. Ground ball bouncing to the left of second. Shannon over fast. The play is in time. Gilliam is out. That brings up Neal. Charlie Neal, who treated the folks to a triple last time up and then died on third. Fly ball back to left field. White backs up for this, takes it. Neal is out. 2 out. That'll bring up Wally Moon, left fielder. Wally wears a couple of golf gloves when he takes batting practice. He's had some calluses, and then blisters have developed under the calluses. Strike. Strike 1. Boy, it's a honey of a ball game. It's Major League Baseball. A typical performance between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Dodgers. Foul tip. Strike 2. She's tied up 2-2. We're in the Los Angeles 8. Strike 3. Moon struck out. No runs, no hits, no errors. The score, Los Angeles 2, St. Louis 2. Ninth inning coming up. We're at the place now where a 1-run lead could sure look big for either ball club. That's Musial. He'll be followed by Shannon, then Smith. She's tied up 2-2. There goes a fly ball deep to left field. It is high off that screen out there. There's the play at second, and Musial is out on a throw from Moon to Charlie Neal. Musial gets a single on that one. Almost a home run, but he's out trying for 2 on that perfect throw from Moon to Neal. And Musial is pretty burned up about that one. Well, that's 1 away and brings up Shannon. He plays Gramus at shortstop in the 7th. One away. It's the 9th inning. Strike 1. Moon, Snyder, and Fairley in left, center, and right. Foul ball. Strike 2. Gilliam at third. Wills at short. Neal at second. Locker at first. Strike. Craig got Shannon. That's 2 out. That brings up the catcher, Cal Smith. pretty well hit ball. That's going to be high on the screen out there. It's a base hit for Smith. It's a single off that left field screen and brings up Lindy McDaniel. Now with 2 outs and a man on base, Lindy McDaniel, the pitcher who took over for Jackson in the 7th inning, is up. Roger Craig, the Dodger pitcher, is still in there, but they've warmed up Levine 2 or 3 times tonight. Strike 1 now to McDaniel. Strike 2, good curve. 0-2. You can see in the Dodger bullpen they're working Levine again. Strike 3. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. The score: Los Angeles 2, St. Louis 2. Last half of the 9th inning. Any old kind of a run wins it for the Dodgers. Duke Snider will lead off, followed by Locker, then Fairley. She's tied up 2-2. The Dodgers and the Cardinals. And there goes a fly ball back to left. That's deep enough to hit that screen. And it's a base hit for Duke Snider. The Dodgers have the winning run on base if they can maneuver him around. Duke Snider is on first, and that brings up Larker. Pee Wee Reese, the third base coach, came down to talk to Larker so that there'd be no mistaking what the strategy is. Man on base. Nobody out, and Larker is up. Norm Larker, first baseman. The bunt. Foul down the first base side. That's Marshall Bridges in the bullpen again for St. Louis. Strike 1. There's a fly ball back to right field. Cunningham is there for this one. He takes it, and Snider holds at first. This crowd out here is pretty excited now. The crowd has been announced at 31,105. 31,105. It's the last half of the 9th inning, and Fairley is up. Snider, representing the winning run, is on base. There's one that rolls away from the catcher, but he throws at second in time to retire Snider, who tried to take second when that ball got away from Hal Smith. Hal Smith made a perfect throw to Shannon covering, and Snider, who was trying to get down to scoring position, is out. Boy, there's a big break for the Cardinals. 2 out, nobody on. Just 1 pitch ago, the man on first, and only 1 out. And there's a ground ball bouncing high to the pitcher. Throw in time. And we'll have an extra inning ball game. Los Angeles 2, St. Louis 2. Tenth inning. Lots and lots of tension. Lots of excitement at Los Angeles. The St. Louis Cardinals at bat in the 10th. Blessing, the leadoff man is up. He'll be followed by Cunningham and then White. There's the bunt. Picked up by Roseboro. There's the throw. Gets away at first base. And the base runner heads for second. Blessing is safe at second. Charged Johnny Roseboro with a throwing error. And the Cardinals have a man on second with nobody out. A quarrel with the umpire, Stan Landis, on that one. Maury Wills following Landis and still getting nowhere with the argument. Now Cunningham, who belted a game-tying home run the last time at bat, is up. Man on second. Nobody out. It's the 10th inning at Los Angeles. Ground ball to the first baseman. Larker steps on first with the unassisted putout, and on the play, Blessing took third. That will bring up White. Bill White. Well, that man on third, of course, represents a king-size run. And Bill White is up. Now, of course, if the Dodgers can retire White without that run coming in, it'll be a real big out, bigger than usual, because it'll mean that it'll then take more than a fly ball to bring that run in from third. Blasting game on third. Here we go. That's hit. There's a well-hit ball, very deep to left center. Is it going to go in? No, it's against the fence out there. Wally Moon shaking it down. A run is scored, and there goes White racing for third. He is safe. It's a triple to left center field. Blasting game scores. St. Louis leads by a score of 3-2 here in the 10th inning as Bill White comes up with a real clutch triple, and that's all for Roger Craig. Wally Alston out, and here comes Levine. On Alston's signal, Roger Craig is going out of the ball game now, and he's being replaced by right-handed sidearmer, veteran relief pitcher Clem Levine. First man he'll face will be Boyer with a man on third against him. Craig out. Pitched great baseball tonight. Levine says he's ready. Man on third. Bill White on third base. And Kenny Boyer is up. And that is strike one call. Caught that outside corner at the knee. Cardinals have a 3-2 lead here in the 10th inning. White taking a pretty good lead off at third. Ground ball taken by the pitcher. They've got White trapped now between the plate and third. Here's the throw. Out. No save. The ball gets away from Roseboro, and White dives on home plate. He is safe. Another run in for St. Louis. Oh, brother, what a play. After Roseboro had that ball jarred away from him by the collision with White, White leaped right over him, looked like a football player recovering a fumble, grabbed that plate like a drowning man clutching a lifesaver, and the score is now 4-2 in favor of St. Louis. Boyer took second while all that was going on, and Samoli is up. Boy, they had that White cold, too. There's a high pop-up. Larker calls for this one. He takes it. And that brings up Musial. 2 out. Man on second. Score. St. Louis 4. Los Angeles 2. We're in the 10th inning. Looking ahead to the Los Angeles 10th, Roseboro, Wills, and Levine will be due up, so we'll no doubt see some pinch hitting. That's Musial in the batter's box. It looks like Stan is going to get himself an intentional walk. Well, that's one of the great things about baseball, its unpredictability. There's ball 4. Musial has been intentionally walked. Boyer on second, Musial on first now. And we're going to get a pinch runner for Stan. Kurt Flood is coming out to run for Musial. Flood on first, Boyer on second, Shannon's up. Has it, drops it, picks it up, throws in time to the line. That retires the side. And the score is St. Louis 4, the Dodgers 2. it's the last half of the 10th inning. Cunningham has now moved over to left field. Kurt Flood has gone to center. Samoli has moved over to right field, and Bill White has come in to play first base for St. Louis as Johnny Roseboro steps in. McDaniel, the pitcher, trying to protect a 4-2 lead, 10th inning. And there goes the drive back into left field. It is off the glove of the left fielder, and Mr. Roseboro is on second. Cunningham couldn't hold the ball, and the Dodgers have Roseboro on second base. That is Rip Rapolsky, who was batting for shortstop Maury Wills. Man on second, nobody out. Go. Right. Rip Rapolsky batting for Wills. Pinch hitting here in the 10th inning. Demeter has picked up a bat. He'll bat in place of the pitcher, Levine. Bravo. Strike two. Rapolsky strikes out. And that brings up rangy Don Demeter. Outfielder. Young man who figures very largely in future Dodger plans. He can hit that ball a mile. There's a ground ball in a blasting game. Up with it, the throw to first, in time. And on the play, Roseboro goes to third. Man on third, two out, and Gilliam is up. Jim Gilliam. That is Williams working in the Dodger bullpen just in case. Ball one now to Gilliam. There's a ground ball out to Shannon. Up with it. Here's the throw. The ball game is over. For St. Louis, 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors. For Los Angeles, 2 runs, 6 hits, 4 errors. Winning pitcher McDaniel, loser Craig. And this is Jack Brickhouse saying so long from Los Angeles Coliseum. See a ball game whenever you can. And be with us next week for another Major League Baseball game.